Hey guys, what's going on? And today we're going to be reviewing the LEGO Emperor's Throne Room. This is from the 18 plus set, specifically meant for adults. But as you can see, I have the set anyway, and I'm not an adult because this is such a great set. Honestly, I love it so much. It's very simplistic, but very effective at the same time. So anyway, let's dive into it. We're going to start with the build, and then we'll move on to the minifigures. Now, I'm a little late in the game to reviewing this set because this did come out a couple years ago, but it's still a great set. Definitely good to this day, especially compared to that awful Smart Brick Emperor's Throne set. That one was just terrible. But anyway, so let's just take a look at the build, all right? So first of all, we got in the front, I'm just going to go and look at these. Take this off, very simple. 40 years of LEGO Return of the Jedi. That's a printed tile right there, nice and printed. Oh yeah, I love that a lot. It looks really nice. And then of course we have these things here at the bottom of this print. These little tiles. LEGO Star Wars, I am a Jedi like my father before me. And right there below the white, it says Luke Skywalker, like it came from Luke Skywalker. For in this series, they would usually have a quote sitting below these, like, below the display. You know, they'll come with, like, a black base, like this one here. Pretty neat. So we'll take a look at the back, or, you know, while I got it flipped around, I'll let you take a look at the back. I don't think they were, like, trying to make it super detailed, considering that you don't really look at the back. You know, you're not going to be displaying it from the back side. But, you know, I guess if you wanted to, you know, you could just, like, take Emperor Palpatine over here and just kind of, like, stick him in his throne. And then you can, like, his chair swivels, by the way. And then you can, like, turn his chair around, have him looking out the window, you know, or whatever. But other than that, it's not really, like, you know, much to see back here. One thing that I do find interesting is this circular window piece is not being held on by, like, any actual plates or anything. It's more like just kind of held in place by these little T-post things. And then there's some, like, clips at the bottom here. But other than that, you know, it's not much holding it back there. But it's still cool, though. I think the way they did that, the way they made it look on the inside is phenomenal. So I can't really complain about that. But anyway, we'll take a look at the Emperor's chair here, which can also come off. I mean, I don't know if it's specifically supposed to, but the only thing that I find a little bit annoying is that whenever you take the Emperor out of his chair, there goes this 1x2 plate with it. See? Yeah, it's supposed to go on the chair. So we're just going to take him out here, put that back in his chair. It's got some nice purple accents here, you know, just kind of sits overhead. I think it's pretty neat, honestly. I really like the design for it, of course, and that's about it. They got that back area right there. There's not much else to see, I'd say, but, you know, you can obviously see, I guess I'd point some things out. I love the way that they made the steps look just so neat and everything. And then there's just some loose tiles here and there, just so you can, like, you know, place the minifigures to walk toward each other, have places to stand, you know, but most of it's flat just for display. And I especially love the way they made it curve at the top here, like almost kind of a, not super perfect, but that's kind of what makes it good. And then, of course, just these little things right here. I'm not sure what they're supposed to be, but I like the way that they incorporated these in here, kind of made them part of the set, you know, and overall, it looks pretty good. We got some railing here, you know, take a look at the side view, you know, that's about it as far as this goes. There's one more thing, though. So you could take this out here. I know it doesn't look like it's supposed to. There's a little flat tile right there. Take that out. And underneath, we have lightning powers for Darth Sidious. So you could take these, you could put them in his hands, and have him electrocuting Luke or Darth Vader. Whichever one you choose. But, that's just cool that you put them there. So if you don't always want him shooting his lightning, you have a place to store them if you don't already have one. So overall, I think it's great. Like, this is such a great set, honestly. I love the little silver, like, bar pieces down here. If you can't tell, they're like actually like a silver color. I can't seem to pull this off for some reason. There we go. But it's actually like the silver color, and I feel like it looks so good on the black. And overall, just a great display set. I really like it. Yeah, definitely a good set. I like it. So first up, we have Darth Vader. I'm going to be doing these minifigures from least to, or worst to best. Not to say that this is a bad minifigure, just my least favorite out of this set. There are only 3 that come in the set, so it's limited. I'm sorry if the contrast is not that great on him, because he is like almost all black, so it's kind of hard to see. But let's see if I can get him up close to the camera. So it's the usual Darth minifigure. Still the same Darth minifigure we get as of the recording of this video. He has not been upgraded at all, which is okay. I guess he doesn't really need it, you know. Those red eyes would be nice though. But other than that, I mean, he's got his arm printing or whatever, super cool. This leg printing, nice robes, and just overall really great. He comes with a lightsaber, of course, just the usual red lightsaber. But, you know, you can't ever really have too many Lego Darth Vader minifigures. They're pretty cool. I mean, they can get tiring, but, you know. Here we have his head, scarred head underneath. Still the same one being used today, I believe. And overall, it's a good minifigure, you know, it's great. But probably just the lowest out of the 3 minifigures that come in this set. And next up, we have Return of the Jedi Luke, who is just a great minifigure as well. I love this design so much, you know. He's just really cool. He comes with his green lightsaber, of course, and his black robotic hand, as we see in the movies. And he's just got his robes or whatever. No leg printing or arm printing, which I guess is a good excuse, like by Lego's part, because honestly, he doesn't really need it for this particular costume. But, you know, it's still cool. And they made this special hairpiece for him. And I'm honestly not sure how I feel about it. It's definitely a good hairpiece, but I've never seen anything like it before. It's so strange. It's new. I love that Mark Hamill likeness right there. But he's got a reverse face, an angry face. So, you know, he's got to have an angry face when he's fighting, or at least concerned or something. But it looks pretty good overall, honestly. And I just think this is a great minifigure and a great addition to this set. Last but most certainly not least, we have Emperor Palpatine, who is a great minifigure here. They have basically redone him since the previous version. Let me show you the previous version. I'm going to put him up here for you. Just kind of show you how far he's come over the years, you know. I don't think we've had one since this version I'm holding in my hands right now, unless you want to count, like, you know, his other identity or whatever from the prequel movies. But other than that, like, you know, there's obviously a big difference. They redesigned his robes, made them more flowy, you know, like, just better looking in general. Turns out this old one didn't even have a back print because, you know, I mean, they have capes on the minifigure, so it's not super necessary. But you guessed it, on the new one, he has a little bit of back print, just some robe detailing there. And they swapped his face to no pupils. A lot of people don't like that new Star Wars look where they give the villains, like, or the characters no pupils in certain Star Wars sets. They don't like that for some reason. Me, personally, I think it looks fine. I don't find anything wrong with the pupils. It looks good to me. But, you know, everyone's got their own little quirks. The wrinkles are much different on the face. You can't really see that good, but you get what I'm saying. And they both do come with a reverse side head. Or at least this guy does. I kind of forgot I'm reviewing this guy. But as you could see, just minor differences, and the only thing really being the pupils. But I believe that this new version is perhaps the supreme version of Darth Sidious, although I still have a great touch of nostalgia for the old figure. But once you put the lightning in this guy's hands, boy does he look good up there on the display. So definitely the best figure in this set. And that's about it for the minifigures. Alright guys, that about wraps up the review for this set. Really just, I think it's a really great set, honestly. I definitely recommend buying it. I'm thinking, you know, it might honestly be retired at this point. If it's not, I definitely recommend getting it. It is a little pricey, but I feel like for what you get here, it's pretty nice. Back then it was nice because there was a lot of exclusivity here. The Darth Sidious was not in any other sets, I believe. And then neither was this new version of the Luke Skywalker. But of course, we see these minifigures in the Death Star now. So not super exclusive, but still a great set. And a cheaper way to get it, because I guess if they come in the Death Star, it's still pretty exclusive, you know. So anyway, that about wraps up the review for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoy my content, and have a good day.